Welcome back to SquirrelTastic, where beans cost more than a mortgage.
Well, yeah, beans are delicious, and these ones are magical.
Yeah, but would you trade them for a cow?
Yeah.
Magic beans for a cow.
I mean, I don't have a cow, so I don't know.
Well, okay.
If I had a free cow.
So I should be out rescuing Zelda right now, but
Yeah, but
beans.
I mean, no urgency. You can take as long as you need to.
This is true. And take as long as I need to is what I shall.
Gonna hyper prepare for the next section of the game.
Oh, you betcha.
It's the way to do it.
But first, get out of there.
Who wants an extra life? Am I right?
You are accurate. I'm just hoping I can find some buggoos.
Buggoos. Under one of those rocks, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
You gonna blow the chicken up?
Nope, just the rocks. Boom, 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 boom.
Sort of.
Come on. No bugoo.
What the heck? What the heck? How does Keegan say it?
What the heck?
Yeah, it's more like, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't know. Keegan's
He,
not
stretches
very
it
good
somehow.
with dialogue. He's more of a physical kind of humor dude.
He's more of a Wario's Woods kind of guy.
Oh, there's other games he's really good at, but...
Do you want magic beans?
Yeah.
100 friggin' rupees.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, I know that this one doesn't contain a Skulltula in it, so I'm just going to go ahead and plant it. I'll make way for Kakariko Village, where I know that bugs live.
Okay. So yeah, what Neil does is he puts the bug in the hole first to check for the Skulltula, and then he plants the bean. Because you can only plant the bean once.
Yeah. But you can check for Skulltulas infinity times, so I mark which ones I've checked by planting the bean.
It's a very good strategy.
For real.
For real. And the only reason I know it is because I've seen him do it before.
For real.
For real.
Yeah, I like that they put the drawbridge back up. Like, what if Zelda comes back? Eh.
Well, I mean, maybe Zelda's not the only person who needs protection, hey? Yeah, never mind all the people in town. That dog named Richard.
That stupid Richard.
The king. I don't know. I assume there are other members of the royal family. Like, she did mention her dad, but...
Yeah, he doesn't really get mentioned again. Like, King Zora mentioned him briefly.
Yeah, and Darunia.
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, King's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Although it'd be more impactful if we actually met the guy.
It'd be interesting if it turned out that, yeah, her dad actually was a Goron. Because we don't see him, so he could be.
This is true.
It's unlikely, but he could be.
Which I'm gonna throw the beans down there.
The beans.
It's the button I press the least, which is why I have the Ocarina on that one usually.
I see.
Yeah. Alright, so there is a bean spot in the Gravvyurd.
Oh, the Gravvyurd.
Yes, the Gravvyurd.
I learned a thing about graveyards.
Tell me the thing that you have learned about graveyards.
Well, so a graveyard is a cemetery, basically, that is attached to a church. It's a yard where the graves for the church are in. So...
Can you repeat that?
Okay, so the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard. A cemetery is freestanding, but a graveyard is the yard of a church where the church members are buried. Oh. So this isn't really a graveyard, I think.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. I think it should really just
be
a cemetery.
The definition of the words have probably changed modernly.
Yeah, I think that's why so many people, like myself, weren't really sure why we had two words for the same idea. Like, what's the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery? And that's apparently the difference from what I learned.
Okay. So that's why there's no pet graveyard. It's always a pet cemetery.
Yeah, because I guess church people don't...
Well, they don't believe that... well, at least last I checked with Protestant Christianity, they don't believe that animals go to heaven.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know, but...
Yeah, I had a lot of religious friends growing up, but
So
I
did
myself
I.
never became religious. Though, that said, I went to most of their churches to kind of get a better understanding of them.
Yeah, I went
And I recall
to...
that actually freaked out my mom a lot because she really didn't want me to be religious.
Oh my god, same. I remember one time in elementary school, I had slept over at a friend's house, and they were fine with me staying over later, but they needed to go to church
Yeah.
that morning, and so the only way I could stay later in the day is if I went to church with them, so I had to call and ask my mom, and she was like, absolutely not. And then when I was older... my very best friend was involved with helping to run a church. And so I went with her just because, like, after sleepovers, I went with her just because, why not? And I was old enough to make that decision. But it just, I don't know, didn't make a lot of sense to me. I think that if you don't grow up in a religion, any religion just kind of feels like a little too restrictive in terms of thinking. At least that's been my experience.
Yeah.
There's definitely stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I can get behind, like...
I'm not very well versed in religions to, like, make super comments that are like, you know, definite blanket statement. Ah, jeez, I keep pressing that wrong button.
I think my general blanket statement on religions would be that most of them are about, like, don't be an asshole, you know? Do good stuff. And that would be good if you did good stuff. And most of them are like that. Of course, there's always bad ones, too.
Yeah.
You know, people who take it to extremes for their own ends. But, yeah, I don't know. Just religion is just, you know, not my bag. But I think it's super interesting. Like... Whenever I talk to other people who know what they're talking about, it's like, yes, tell me everything.
Actually, Richie and Connor are both really into the subject.
Yeah, I knew Richie was just like a font of knowledge. Richie could talk about like so many interesting things.
You can talk to Richie about anything.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. But yeah, my very best friend is pretty knowledgeable on religion, so it's kind of fun if I like ask her questions, like specifically Christianity, like Christian-based religion. She can tell me all sorts of things that I never knew, so it's kind of neat. Very interested in it in terms of like storytelling, because we see a lot of references to religions in our literature and our, you know, it just permeates our culture, right? So
right.
It's just really fascinating to me in a certain way. So now what are we doing? Still just looking for patches of dirt?
Yeah, I should be able to do 8 of them in total, leaving me with only 2 beans.
Okay.
There's also a bunch of Skulltulas I need to grab at Lon Lon Ranch.
Ooh, gonna go visit your wife.
Well, I asked to marry her, but now I'm engaged to a fish.
The life of a Kokiri guy.
And everybody wants me to be with the princess.
Sounds like a romantic
I have a
comedy.
stalker in the forest.
Is this a movie? I mean...
Yeah, it's one of those movies. Actually, I told you this is becoming a harem.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So if there was a Ocarina of Time anime, it'd be a harem.
It totally would.
Yeah.
Especially if they did like, well, I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
That's spoilers.
Alright, no spoilers
Yeah.
for this super old game that people have probably
Well, not
already...
everybody's played every game ever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like Ocarina of Time is just such a, like, nauseatingly popular game.
Yeah.
Like, everybody likes it.
I gotta remember where the patch of soil is.
Oh.
I think it's behind this guy's house. I'm actually gonna go into his house real quick and then leave.
He's home. Shoot. He caught you.
Yeah, he did. No, I did that for a warp point.
Ah, a warp point, hey? The heck?
Advanced tactics.
That's not it. All the mega fans are at home like, it's right there, just go.
Well, I see the cubby where it's supposed to lead to, so it's probably behind the store. Yeah,
yep,
it is.
you got it. Bug. 3 bugs.
2 bugs. And 1 bean. 1 bean! So I keep wanting to press X, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my ocarina back there.
Nice.
Because I believe there is another Skulltula that I can get here, and it's on that house that I was just in.
Oh.
So that was my set warp point.
That's sneaky. I didn't realize that's how it worked.
Yeah. Well, you probably didn't realize what I was doing either.
Yeah, I was curious why you needed a warp point. Nice.
Beauty. It's just nose.
Nose and, like, tunic.
Alright, so I don't want to go into the Lost Woods, but I have to.
Why don't you want to go in there?
Well, because Sari's in there, and it's nighttime, and
She's gonna get ya.
she's going to get me. She's also, like, camouflaged. Yeah. She breathes all heavily.
Yeah. She's, like, really excited.
Wait, she has that, like, kind of anger whisper in her voice. I knew you'd come back. It's like, I can't do it. It's kind of like a female-only thing. You know, like that,
Yeah,
that growl women do.
Yeah.
That, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that you can't do that.
Yeah, Richie taught me that I can't do it. Because he's like, men can't do this. And then we attempted to do it. And then I brought it up to a bunch of my male friends. None of them can pull it off.
It's just like a really heavy breath that has voice behind it. I don't know, it's more... That's like a forced one that I'm doing, but
Yeah,
like when I'm angry, it's very natural.
It's a woman's growl.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weirding out the cat. Sorry. Yeah, when you do it, it kind of reminds me of Home Improvement. Yeah.
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, Ditto wasn't ready for that. She didn't want you to say bad things about Tim Allen.
Okay, well.
I heard he's a jerk though. I don't know.
Oh, he's a real ass. Like, I hear, like, you know the show BoJack Horseman?
Yeah.
A large part of the inspiration is Tim Allen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was, like, on this, you know, child-friendly show about a family, and then
Yeah.
he got a big head about it, and now he's just a big asshole.
Huh.
He does stand-up comedy now that nobody watches.
Great.
Where he just talks about, like, Joan Rivers and how much of a slut she apparently is or something. I don't friggin' know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, who cares?
Why is that the name of his business? Yeah. Yeah, Ditto. What's up with the slut shaming? Sleep with whoever you like, as long as it's legal. And consensual, which is part of being legal.
Madoka.
No Maduka.
I go Maguka for Maduka.
No.
Can I go Maguka?
No Maguka.
No Maguka.
Maguka is suffering. That's from a video that we watched.
Yeah, it was like 4chan thread about magical Puella DeVille.
Puella Magi Madoka Magica, which we've referenced in other videos. We talk about Madoka pretty often. We say stuff like, thank Madoka. If you haven't watched that show, it very much presents like a magical girl show, but it's very dark. And definitely worth the watch, so I won't explain what happens in it. But, you know, because I'm a weeb.
Well, yeah, one of us had to be, I guess.
Statistically.
Ditto, get off the table. You've never been allowed on the table.
You're
Why do
not
you think it's
allowed on
okay
there.
today?
Because she's trying to get to the hickory sticks on the table.
Put them someplace she can't get to.
Okay, well, I'll give her one for being bad.
Don't reward her for being bad.
That's obviously what she wants.
We're gonna bust a nut.
Yummy.